So it would be incorrect for me to criticize the celebrating of New Year with a tree. I do not celebrate New Year's with a tree. We celebrate New Year's in other ways, but there's nothing un-Islamic about that because there is nothing religious about that act.
I want to go back to some very practical problems we've had in Kosovo over interpretation of Islam, Wahhabian school, versus what we had before, quite a tolerant and liberal Islam. We have a debate about what is and what is not a feast and celebration, whether you can celebrate New Year. Is it okay, so I'll be very banal, maybe simplify it, is it okay to commemorate New Year in state schools, basically as a state celebration? Islamists in Kosovo some of them have started saying this is sinful.
So it always amazes me what are the issues that we spend our time on. We have, of course, religious holidays, and then we have civic holidays. So civic holidays, like I've just come to learn that February 17th is, Kosovo Independence Day. This is the most important civic holiday for Kosovars. And there is precedence that the Prophet himself, peace be upon him, engaged in civic holidays. When he went to Medina, he engaged in the day of Bu'ath, which was a civic holiday that was pre-Islamic. So civic holidays are important for us to celebrate because they're holidays and special days for a reason. Independence Day in any nations, but in this case of Kosovo, is an important day because it's our story. It's
what but we're talking about New Year.
Well, I'm coming to that. To that. So New Year is, for us, we would look at that as also another civic holiday. First of all, all of our calendar is on the Gregorian calendar, except for our Islamic events, which follows the Islamic calendar. Of course, I mean, we can keep both calendars. Multiple different religions and different ethnic groups keep multiple calendars. All of our business and our schooling and the way the world works, the economy, it follows that Gregorian calendar. It starts on January 1st and it ends on December 31st. So celebrating New Year is celebrating a civic holiday. It's the end of one year, the beginning of a new year.
But we celebrate New Year with a Christmas tree. Is that okay by Islam?
I mean, I don't know what happens in Kosovo, but as long as there is no overt religious act of religious prayer, but it's not Islamic,
but
anything
we have
short.
A decorated tree. How is that tree offensive to some Islam? I'm asking because we had, let me explain the situation. We had a tree decorated for New Year in the middle of a small town, Hanelezit, and a guy came and burned it down because he said it's a very underaged young religious guy said this is un-Islamic, I'm going to burn it down.
So it would be incorrect for me to criticize the celebrating of New Year with a tree. I do not celebrate New Year's with a tree. We celebrate New Year's in other ways, but there's nothing un-Islamic about that because there is nothing religious about that act. That's what I was trying to say before, is that it's not like I went to church and I engage in some kind of sacrament that is completely a prayer of another religion. As a Muslim, I can't do that. But if there is a way of celebrating, some civic holidays we celebrate with different foods, with different dress, costumes, lights or no lights, colors or no colors, all of those are just cultural expressions.